So you don't cut off my day,
All right, thank you, Jim.
Yeah, go ahead. It'd be great if you got a bunch of copies. Spring.
Oh, yeah, I should get up and get some copies too. I just sat down though.
Oh.
Oh,
Just one?
maybe they won't give you one or give you the whole file. 4 of them?
Oh, what was I supposed to do, get 3? Yeah. Yeah, I think I was joking, I said, give everybody one.
Thank you.
We gotta keep you going, so you don't fall asleep.
No, I'm asleep.
I love French bulldog, is she going to the park?
Aw, they're cute.
Cold. 2.
Oh. You're just learning how to.
$562
Yeah.
I got the pump
Well,
soda.
her dog, and she was the same way.
When the hell would it
And she
break
just
down?
come in.
Broke down on that fire and powers, they had to have the rotator come and pull her back. I knew that was gonna be expensive.
You know, Sandy.
Computer,
I hope they
computer for the tranny went.
You know, you have to go shit it.
Yeah, and then he won.
That truck is just new enough to have all that crap on it for real.
Why?
And that one isn't even, what is that one, like a 2001?
What is
2002.
I was gonna say, it ain't even that new.
Make sure you take off the
Okay.
scared of everything.
Gee, oh, you know, he's
What's up?
everybody waited, so.
Come closer if you want to.
Every time.
I'll let you,
Right there in the hall.
I'll let you get close.
How are you here?
Oh, okay.
Cheryl's not gonna be here, you can sit up here if you want to.
Now, you should sit up there.
She can if she wants to.
Yeah. Yeah, Cheryl's not here.
Hi, Misty.
Hello, you won't be here next week.
No, that'll be Carol.
How come we're so far back?
I don't know.
Swing it
Why are we
down.
so far back?
I've never.
I
I
don't
haven't touched
know.
it.
Must have been Ruth when she was cleaning probably.
Yeah.
Flip it, flip
Hey,
it.
you got the trophies.
Really?
I didn't
Trophies are dusted.
Hi, Carol.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been for 60 years.
Okay, I get the measure for you.
That's the whole best candidate.
It's regarding.
I know, I have Paul Feed. I wrote that up.
I'm still low.
Well, I'll do what I want then. Good, you get permission once and leave it go at that.
Well, if I ask a question and I don't get an answer, I guess I have to figure it out.
Make an executive decision. So that would be,
That would be, yeah, I don't
make
know
sure
yet.
that would be your choice, whatever it comes out to you.
If I don't get another answer from somebody, gotta kinda wing
Then you
it.
take a vote with the people present, and that would be you. Hey, all opposed? Oh.
Motion.
Motion.
Probably got
Telling you.
David, our blackberry pie.
Did you become graduates?
Actually, our neighbor brings us stuff. We
Nice.
bring them stuff, they bring us stuff.
Very nice.
Henry and Judy,
Oh, yes. Oh, very nice.
from their garden patch. And I got tired of listening to them. I'm like,
She found out, and thank you very much. The chances always the hard part.
oh, and I liked it. Oh, I just all the time. But I
I
don't
love
eat
it. It's my favorite thing to do. Oh, not me. I mean, you should see. I love
Well,
it.
I like to
taste. I like to taste it. Well, I like to try it, but if I don't try it, sometimes I eat this much out of a sandwich when I can, and the rest goes I just bring it to well, then I'll bring them some.
It acts like
Yes, what did I make that needed cornstarch that I was gonna come see you guys? I have cornstarch. So now, I got some now.
I used it as my
Treasurer's department.
Nice. Strawberry, You have to cook the, you have to cook.
How much do you charge us for this ordinance after we said not to give them?
And
I guess
something
we'll
else on
find
the
out
stove
next
until
month.
it boils, and then take it like
I
right
gave
out.
him
Then you take
that
a
with,
small box of
cause
strawberry
that
jello.
pertains to everything, the industrial park and the whole thing.
Strawberries and then you pour it in the, I use graham crackers.
We're gonna have to have it for next year
And just
anyhow.
let that harden and mix.
So you have
all
one.
the, big boys do, like strawberry pies. Yeah, it tastes.
She should not be
Tastes
doing
like
this for the township, but she'll be later.
And then with the strawberries.
I'm not against updating it at all.
So big.
I just got a couple of questions about it, but we'll get to it. Well, you read it, and we don't have to discuss it tonight, but I just wanted you to be aware of it. Next meeting.
You know, right now, cancer free. I hate to say that because, yeah.
Pretty much the same as whatever it was, I think.
You don't mind if I cut your grass a couple times, yeah? You don't mind if I cut your grass?
I lived with this for a while.
This is
But yeah, they're surviving. That's all.
okay.
My little road is there.
Did you say you were saving this year?
No. Where are you talking?
I saw somebody put that.
I was cutting
My signature, I can print my name, but that's how
Yeah.
I stopped scratching and, well, that's all, yeah, you write your name,
Oh, okay, yeah.
because nobody knows who that is. I do.
I asked her.
Who's the man there?
Uh,
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
I saw it on the, you know, show on there, there's a grapevine, and they're just, they're growing. And I asked her, you know, can you ask the man if he wants to stay there? No, that's what I'm whispering. Oh, they're just,
That's like,
oh, okay.
but yeah.
Oh, but I was wondering.
No, we always have the, you know what we should do?
Yeah.
Separated ones.
I've been breaking the apples.
Yeah.
where's it at? Oh, there's on the page.
Oh, did that? Yeah, last week. The youth hunt. And my grandson come up with him. Well, he shot a nice wide, big one. One of the bigger ones I've seen in that area in a while. His first one with the rifle. He saw $4 in one group.
Yeah, they're still together. Yeah.
And it has rotated. After, I can't remember.
Went down quite a bit. So you, so does Matt Peters do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much for asking that now.
Well, the dump gotta be cut, it's about 2 feet high.
Oh, yeah, they were.
If he cut that,
Yes.
did Cedar Swamp, did he get that extra work that he done, did he give her a bill for that? He didn't do it. I talked to him, he said he sent it to Cheryl, but yes, it changed, I don't know.
So we can, when it comes back, yeah, take care of it.
Yeah. We got any money, we should fix it, put the doors on there. Yeah. You know, so I asked them to give us a bid for it, but I didn't have time. Top of that roof got to be decided by the water, and go into the cement, get back in there. You know, but otherwise the roof looks pretty good Monday.
Hi, Janet. Right forward.
So what does Big Ben say?
2 minutes.
Couple of minutes?
Less than a minute.
1 minute by mine.
That's from this one.
Is there any,
All right, it's time. It's time.
okay, call the meeting to order.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. I'll read the protocol again. There'll be no over talking by the board members or one person at a time. And audience individuals with one speaking at a time recognized by the supervisor. So we want to try to get this orderly as we can. There'll be no yelling, screaming by anyone, profanity not allowed, no threatening or intimidating. If these procedures are not followed, the chair will ask to leave the meeting. We have to start working together in order to get all the stuff we have to done. So thank you for doing that. Now these guidelines came from Steve Tinty. Steve's guidelines he provided us, Steve turned with the meeting. After the June meeting, an elected county official asked him to review the inappropriate behavior exhibited during the meeting. So it wasn't me or anybody else, so. Okay, so public comment? No public comment? Any additions to the agenda?
Nope.
So we'll go right on.
I'll motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Bills, minutes, treasurer's report. So we don't, do we have a treasurer's report without Cheryl?
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
here. She came down
Yeah.
briefly to print it out.
So we would review that. The road commission, 28,003, that was for Aaron's Road?
That's for Aaron's Road and the dust oil. They're both
Yeah.
on that check.
So
The dust oil was 1,330 and the chip seal was 27.
so that came under, huh?
Well, it was right on,
No, right not?
yeah.
Okay. What was Stenberg Brothers for pumping the toilets at the park and that?
Yeah, that should,
Huh?
that was done in before the 4th, even, wasn't it?
So, but the bill just came
I don't
today.
know why you just sent it now.
So I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll
and
second.
bills.
All in,
Aye.
Aye. Okay, the old business, be the credit cards. Cheryl, gotta take care of that, I guess, right? Do you know if she got an application for that or what?
I don't know.
She didn't say? Well, so we just put no on there, I guess, eh? Online payments, Brooke?
So I did do the research on it, and we have the option of using QuickBooks, but it looks like the company file might not be compatible with doing the online payments because it's such an old file. Even though we have a newer version of QuickBooks, it's just a compatibility issue. I'm not real sure. May have to call QuickBooks if we want to go that route. The other route, I did some research and I tried to contact Venmo and PayPal as for online payments. I think we're a small township. We're just not interested in doing business with a small township. And I've looked in many other townships in Michigan and other states use PayPal. And you don't need an account with PayPal to make a payment through there. You can do it just by going right to a custom link that we would create and submit your payments. Of course, they wouldn't be able to look up their invoice. They would have to look at their invoice and submit the amount. They could put the invoice number on there, so you could have a record of what's coming in, and it would say, obviously, a credit card name or who's submitting it, so you can match that up.
Yeah, now if it was to come in through PayPal, would the clerk have to get a report, like, from PayPal and then enter that report into the QuickBooks, or how would that link up as far as the record keeping?
Well, you can do direct deposit after a certain amount of time has passed, and those deposits from the PayPal account would automatically be deposited into whatever sewer account that we have.
Right.
And then you can either match it off the invoice, and you can log right into PayPal and see all the payments that's been submitted.
Okay.
And you can set it up that it could email it to you if you want to do that route. So, and then automatically deposit it, so you don't have to like log in and transfer the money. You know, those are options, and it's secure because you do two-factor authentication, so your payments wouldn't get, hijacked or something. And it's, big companies use PayPal, so it's, it's not like
Right.
so I don't know if that's an option, or, that's what I thought so far, that's what I would go with.
Could we look into getting a hold of QuickBooks and see what it would take to rectify whatever that
Yeah.
problem may be?
I might need you guys present, or at least
That's fine.
the main person present.
Yeah.
We can see, yeah, I'll just need to come down when you guys are here,
Okay.
so.
Thanks, Brooks.
Yeah.
So we should have a motion on that, to do that? Tonight?
If you want to, I'm fine with that. I'll make a motion to move forward with
I'll
the
second.
electronic payment.
I'll say aye.
What did you guys want to move forward with, the QuickBooks or the PayPal, or do you just want to inquire about it first more?
Yeah, we'll inquire about it more,
Okay.
and then whichever one turns out to be the best road to go will be the road that we
Yeah.
take.
Okay.
Now, would that cover debit cards?
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Okay, the garage, report on the garage, everything is done what he was supposed to do on that bid. He was supposed to have a bill in there. I thought he said he sent it to Cheryl, but she's not here right now. But anyway,
What was the additional stuff that he did?
inside there were steel trusses up there, and he had to put boards in there and 4-inch screws to catch them.
Okay.
So he did a pretty good job on the whole building, but the only thing that should be fixed, and according to the treasury report, we got plenty of money to do that, is to fix that cap, because the water comes through that cement where it's loose, and it'll sneak right into the building. It keeps cracking away, and put a cap on it, you know? That,
On the parapet wall, you mean?
Good wall and,
yeah, but that firewall on
Yeah.
that side. The rest of everything is good, you know? So, but he was supposed to have an estimate for that, and then put the doors on there so we can lock them, you know? You know? So, he was supposed to get a bid on that, but if you wanna get a bid from them guys again, or,
Well, let's just see what
Yeah.
he comes up with.
but I mean, you gotta lock the building up because the stuff is missing, but, you know? So we'll have him, but otherwise, he done everything he had to do, and he'll get that. I think the bill for the extra lumber and 2x4s and stuff he had to get, it came to 1,700 or something with the longer screws. But we'll have that for next meeting. And the audit, Willie, you want to say something about the audit?
Well, the good news is we did indeed obtain the reimbursement grant from the state. And what that means is that we have to, as long as we follow the appropriate protocol that they have put out, we will be reimbursed for our charges. Now, what that entails is that we have to provide the information to them. They will send us a bill, we have to pay that bill, and then once we get a receipt from Meyer and Costa-Terracin, then we submit that to the state. And the state will reimburse us for that, and that's at the rate they're anticipating right now. The cost of this audit, it will be $105,000, providing there's no hiccups in it. And so from that standpoint, they are willing to reimburse us $94,500. Now, the one thing that I want to say up front is a million thanks to Rod Taylor. He's a head guy there at Meyer and Costa-Terracin. Rod has gone way beyond and above in assisting us. He contacted USDA. I don't know if any of you are aware, but with the USDA loan, we are mandated to do an annual audit. Now, since we had not filed an audit since 2018, they really couldn't understand why the USDA hadn't already come in. Nevertheless, Rod talked with them, explained the situation, and they indicated that whatever the state and the accounting firm had come up with, but essentially whatever the state and Debbie carried on, the head of the auditing department, had indicated we needed to do, that they would comply with that. So that indeed was a huge blessing. Now the other thing is, moving forward, we're probably going to be working with Heather Farmer. She's the one that's going to head up our project. Very competent individual, had the opportunity to work with her before, so we know that she's going to do a good job. Now the other thing that Heather indicated is that they've been looking at their workload and what they have going on right now. So currently they're looking at being able to get started on our books and stuff mid-October. The one concern is that the information that they've been requesting has not been coming in as quickly as they would like to see it. If you remember back in the beginning, what they had indicated is when they had asked for information to be sent to them, they were asking for a 24-hour turnaround time. Now we know that that's probably not always going to be workable, but we really do need to get the information into them so that they can get started on this.
The last of the stuff to go to SureLink is on that table back there.
Wonderful.
And by this time tomorrow night, it'll be
Wonderful.
it'll be there.
Okay, and so the good news is they're saving us.
Thank you, Heather.
Okay, the next thing is the BSNA. That,
Well, I got a call from, and we addressed this, not last meeting, I think, but the meeting prior. We had established that we had BSNA tax information online. I got a call from the county treasurer yesterday. We're still having problems. Cheryl still does not have that set up for the current tax year. That essentially should be done, like the final payment goes in the end of March, and then that should be reinstated so that the current tax information is on there. They have issues with individuals calling in and realtors and stuff going in, trying to do title searches, so on and so forth. Now, my understanding is that it now costs you $6 to go in and look at someone else's account, if you're not the owner. And so these people are paying this money, and then they're going in and trying to get the tax information, and there's nothing there. Now, the reality of it is, this needs to be done every year. All it takes, I was told, is about a minute. You contact BSNA, you can give them remote access to your computer, they can come in and do the setting changes. So we're paying for this program. It only makes sense to me that we utilize it.
Okay, thank you. The next thing is that Malone's deed. I bought that to the attorney, and he said that 1 year of reverter clause or something, it should really be 2 years. And then by that time, they should have the building up or whatever. But I think once he starts doing something, which he did, a year, like say, 'cause he had a 3-year plan, I think. That's what he did, of what he was gonna do in 3 years.
I can't remember what it
Huh?
was. I don't remember what it
Yeah,
was,
but I mean, if you don't do it in 3 years, well then, the way the township had, the EDC had that set up, that they could take it back. And I know we said that we'd take it back and pay him for all his expense, and he said no, that they don't usually do it. If they take it back, they take it back. But I don't know how they could, so I gotta talk to him again and get Malone's ordinance so that, his business plan to show him, so that, that don't happen, Because, you never know what kind of board they get. Maybe somebody don't like them, so they get together and they could literally take the place away on them, and that's not how the township should do things. So we're trying to get that language. I want to talk to the EDC board guys about it, and so I'll have that for the next meeting. Okay, the next thing would be the Burkhart. I guess she's still sending you a bill. You told me
Yeah, I got
today.
another one. Yeah.
So we sent her an email and said that we did what she told us to do, so. And then the ordinance, he gave us that ordinance, how he thinks it should be for you guys to review. So you can take that home, review it, and if you need something changed, we'll talk about it. We got till the next meeting. That's the zoning is gonna come in next year, I think. That's what they said. So, but that's the old ordinance. There was an old ordinance back in 1979 or something, 75. So he just updated, so if you look that over and it's okay, then we'll publish it.
Quick question? What is that ordinance? I have no idea.
Junk ordinance.
It's the blight ordinance
blight
that I,
ordinance.
Yeah. Which we need, so, okay, storm sewer repair,
He's still trying to find somebody.
huh?
Mock busy, and Nolan's busy. He said he had a Farley. You know who a Farley is, Bert? That would fix, drill that out like he did in Powers.
Well,
When I talked to him last week, he was still trying to find somebody, because everybody's so busy right now with the push for winter, so.
Is that the only way to take care of it, is by drilling it?
Well, you're gonna have to cut it all out, because it's all old brick,
Yeah.
so it's gonna have to be taken out,
The one on the corner?
the one on the corner, yeah.
That's the storm sewer, right?
Yeah, it's all caving in.
It's just the structure only?
What's that?
It's just the structure in the corner, that's it?
Yeah, but it's sinking in the blacktop's all busted up.
FA out of Iron River?
Who?
FA out of Iron River?
So,
We skipped number 7.
huh?
We need to revisit number 7. That got skipped.
Oh, time sheets for the, yeah, we got them,
Thank you.
signed them.
You received them and they were
Yes, I
reviewed and
did.
signed? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Okay, so any action items? Garage repair, well, we talked about that. I'll see them. The ordinance, you guys do it and we'll talk about it at the next meeting. If you want something changed, let me know and I'll call them and, we'll work it out. And, meeting of the candidates, it's gonna be posted in the Lux Advertiser, so you guys meeting, can have a meet and greet. So is that, them days are gonna be published in the Lux Advertiser, is that what anybody wanted, or?
Yeah, that's fine.
Your dad's asking.
Yeah, but you asked about getting it published. We
Yeah.
would do that, or,
Yeah, so we'd probably do that, you know,
because there's nonpartisan people that are running too, so that needs to be clear to any of the voters
yeah.
to not vote straight ticket, either Democrat or Republican, if they're gonna jump around.
Yeah, okay, so we'll put that in the Lux Advertiser when that's gonna be then. So anyway, lack of maintenance at the dump site, the grass
I'll
was
get a
pretty
mow,
high, yeah.
man. I forget about that thing all the time.
And Menards rebates, I don't know, I bought those lights and I sent the rebate in, so that the rebate should be coming back to the township,
Okay, I'll look for it.
yeah.
Have they always come back to the township?
No, they should have been turned in for a long time.
Who did they go to?
They don't turn them in,
Garbage.
yeah.
Why would they go in the garbage?
That's like throwing
We
money
talked
away.
about it.
It's been
4
like
years
that
ago.
since I've been out here, nobody ever asked for the receipts.
But for the money, yeah, for the money that we spend,
Really should be
it
coming in.
comes to a lot of money.
Yeah.
So anyway, I sent mine in.
I would like to speak to that if I could. There should be a receipt coming in for every purchase that's made. And on that register slip from Menards, there would be a rebate slip. So if I don't understand why they would be thrown away, and I don't know why anyone would not be submitting receipts. And I tell you, as long as you have a refund form, you can go back as many years. I mean, I know someone that's gone back 3 years and got rebates because you have the applicable refund slip to send in with it.
Yeah. Well, sometimes
I
if
do
you're,
know for a fact that on those rebates, it gives a, final mailing date.
It gives a final date, but as long as you have that rebate form, they will honor it.
well, it's pretty hard to get them now, I think, you know? What?
I'm really concerned that there aren't receipts coming in for purchases.
Well, the receipts come in because we
Mark
paid.
just said he doesn't turn receipts in.
No, because we get these things.
That's a
That's all they
statement.
ever wanted from Menards
That's-
since I've been.
If you wanna go to Menards, you can get a Menards card, it goes automatically back on the card. That 6% or whatever it is goes right back on the card, so.
But
That's something to look into.
we're having trouble getting that.
I'm just saying though, I mean, that's something to look into
It's
if we want
11%,
to.
11%.
No, if you wanna
But
stay
you should
there.
never, I mean, if you do a business, you don't pay from a statement. You compare your receipts with the statement to confirm that that's accurate, and then you pay. We were told that all the invoices were being kept, so is that not the case?
These invoices, not
Those are
the
statements.
actual receipt.
Those are statements. Okay,
Okay,
Those are invoices, they're not statements.
No, these are invoices.
Every time something is bought at Menards, one of those come in the
Yeah, you
mail.
get an invoice.
Not a monthly one, they're individual ones for each visit.
okay, that's good.
So would the
Yeah.
board consider making it a priority that that 11% rebate gets researched,
we
or at
could-
least,
yeah,
I
we
mean, I
could
think we're throwing money away.
I
Literally
agree,
11%.
yeah, we
I
could
mean,
do
I
that.
think it's worthwhile to look into it.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
You know,
It's
especially
just not a policy that's
with-
been in
especially
place in the past, I guess.
with, you know, what some of the purchases are cheap, so I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, well, that's what comes to a lot of money, you know?
yeah.
it's something that would add up over time.
Yeah. So maybe that money could be given to the supervisor going away party.
So how about we I'll make a motion that from now on, any Menards, anything purchased at Menards, the slips be turned in down here.
Rebate slips.
Rebate or,
With the rebates.
or whatever.
Good
it's
idea.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And I had just talked to somebody before the meeting from Spalding, and they said that they keep all their rebates and, use them for purchases back at the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
store. That's what they do with them. Cause they will add up.
Yeah. Community club update,
Nothing new this month.
sewer department, parks and
Other than
the drain,
that drain.
yeah.
And I mailed in an invoice to the health department, they're gonna cover $150 from them sinks from the 4th of July. They'll reimburse
Oh, yeah,
the township $150 on them four sinks.
yeah.
Are you gonna have, are you gonna winterize the ball fields?
Yep, I wanna blow them
So
lines out.
You don't have any
Yeah,
troubles this winter
yeah,
again?
yeah, I will take care of that. Just bring a smaller air compressor down there.
Well, about the park there, we sent the guy to, well, just waiting to hear back from him. I called him about 5 times, but he never called me back, but I'll keep trying. I imagine he's pretty busy, so. We marked it out, there's a flag there someplace.
that.
Yeah, so where he's gotta look at, so he knows where he gotta go, so.
I've got a cemetery update. It was in the paper, summer decorations on the graves. Please have them down by the end of this month, and then winter ones can go up mid-October.
Did Jerry contact you that he's in the hospital?
No,
He got an infection in his hip, so they had to take it out, so he's been.
Oh, no.
oh
He's been on a
boy,
hip, but his daughter and grandson been taking care of it. I know, he called me last week and said, I bet you didn't know I was in the hospital. I don't see him every day, but.
Yeah,
So
so he
that's-
said he was gonna straighten out some stones, and I
Yeah.
said, well, talk to Chad, he does it, but I'm sure gotta fix up that stone, so.
Yeah.
well,
Okay,
that'll put that on hold for a little while.
yeah. Well, maybe when my hip gets better, I'll try to tackle that big one, you know? So, okay, any public comment?
Well, I just had something I was gonna ask Mr. Shane, regarding the milfoil issue at the pond. On the Township Insights on the 6th of September, they mentioned that they were having a web seminar regarding grants that are available.
I saw that too.
Yeah,
And I wondered if you had checked into that. I understand you probably can't be on the web thing itself, but you'd be
no,
able to call
well, I
that
had contacted
information.
the lady downstate, and they give out, what, $3.some million a year in grants for aquatic weeds. And she said you could fill one out, but you're probably not gonna get it, because last year there was $8.8 million asked for.
Well, it's worth a try.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Yeah,
worst they could tell us is no, we
No.
can't get it.
yeah,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's worth to fill them out, because a blind squirrel finds the acorn
Yeah.
once in a while.
If you turn one in, that at least puts us on the radar.
Right, exactly.
Shows the interest.
But there is something, a lot of concern about poisoning that water.
well, we're looking at a weed cutter now.
Yeah, somebody,
So
yeah,
I'm hoping in October, I got a lot of stuff going on in October. I'd like to have a public meeting on it closer to the election date. And it's not cheap, but I'm gonna do a Hannahville grant too to try and offset
Yeah.
some of the price, so, but it's automatic. It'll go in 4 feet of water, 4 inches of water, 4 feet, 4 inches. And it cuts the weeds, and it goes on a conveyor, and you just back it up to the shore and unloads it. And I wasn't a big fan of the chemicals either. So I did that Hannibal grant, and they didn't want nothing to do with.
Is that something we're gonna purchase or rent, or
What's that?
this machine you're speaking of, is it something we're gonna purchase or rent, or?
Purchase.
Purchase?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark, other lakes have put those pellets in that were like, we call them poison. Have they had any side effects in those lakes?
Pellets or the
Well,
bugs?
Well, they put down something.
Oh, I
You know,
never heard
we
nothing.
We call them poison too, but, I didn't know if you knew of any side effects from,
I never
say,
heard.
poisoning.
I know they put beetles in Sawyer Lake years ago.
Yeah?
That's supposed to eat the weeds, but they ain't keeping up eating the weeds.
No,
Okay.
You know.
it's getting worse by the day down there.
Jamie, are you talking about the stuff they use in Hamilton lakes?
I'm not sure which lake actually had it, but I thought there was something that they did go through with a boat and they
Yeah, 'cause
they
it is,
distributed.
the chemical is in pellet form, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's what she's talking
Oh,
about.
that's the
I
thing
just
that
wondered
I
what-
thought.
if you knew of any side effects that other lakes have had. Did it kill fish or hurt people or?
It didn't kill any fish, cause I asked like, what is it, Lake Ant, I think it was. Ward Trevelyan's son is one of the ones on the committee up there. And he said it didn't kill none of the fish or nothing, but,
Do you have a name of that, we're saying chemical?
no, I do, I don't have it with me, but I can get you a sheet.
Yeah.
He's got all the chemicals on that sheet that I have.
Okay.
He's from Gaylord,
Who was it that you talked to downstate, Mark?
the lady.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look at my emails and I'll let you know what her
Okay,
name is.
well, I wondered if you had requested that handbook, because they said that you have the Species Grant Program handbook.
That's from, that I have a handbook?
No, it's
Oh.
indicated in the information
Oh.
that they have in handbook, so I just wondered when you talked with her if you would ask for a copy of that.
No, it was probably 3-4 months ago that I talked to her.
Okay, well,
I
this
believe-
just came out the 6th of
Right.
September.
If you click the link in the township, email that was in,
You can
you
print it
can
out.
print the PDF of the handbook off.
Alright.
Yeah,
'Cause
cause
I
I
went through
saved
some-
that email, cause I saw that too.
Cause I went through Stacy Hoy for the DNR, that's how I got this lady's number.
Because they also have that other grant going on there for community repair stuff too. I don't
Yeah,
know if you've
there's a
seen
lots of
that.
grants. I mean, you'll have to write them all, and if you're lucky, you can get them.
How much is
A lot
the
of-
machine you wanna get the cut?
41,000.
Anybody else got anything to say? Larry? Keith?
Yeah, about the, what kind of stuff was relocated from the township hall? Like a power saw?
And a weed eater, not weed eater, leaf blower.
Leaf blower and a power saw, right?
Yeah,
How long ago was that taken?
Months,
quite a while back.
early this summer, something like that.
Is there a camera been put up there
Not-
since
no,
people
there's-
went in there and took that stuff?
Traffic was working.
But now that door's locked, so.
I drove through probably about 3 weeks ago and the garage door was left open, I don't know, probably about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and I ended up closing it. So I don't know, Matt was working late, sometimes I notice he comes down and works late.
Or
Yeah.
Krolovich, he might have been reading pumps or something.
They should probably just close it when
I
they
told
leave
them-
though, because that's an invitation.
Right,
when
I
they
told
come
Matt to make sure the door was
Or at to
open.
go in there to steal
Well,
stuff.
the only thing is, like I said, we gotta get a door on there. If somebody wants to get in there, they can, you know? So, but we'll see. Okay,
I'll
so,
remind them guys to make sure they close the door.
I'd like an update on the inventory list that we've been asking for the assets that are in the garage. All of those items, what was there, air compressor, I believe, 20 amp air compressor purchased November 10th, 23 for $400. I think we have some assets that I think it's important that we take inventory up. I know there's been a lot of talk about an inventory sheet. I'd just like to know the status of where we're at with that.
Well, there's supposed to be an inventory sheet on the insurance paper, you said, right?
Almost
That's for
everything is.
miles.
That's
More
for
for
the
vehicles.
vehicles.
That's more for
Anything.
tractor, and truck and stuff like that.
There
Not
wasn't.
exactly
Yeah.
what's in.
There was no inventory sheet, that's one of the items that's mentioned in the audit that they were asking for.
Yeah. So we'll have to just make an inventory sheet up, type it up.
Well, I
or
think that's what's been spoken about at many meetings, is we keep kicking the can down the road. We keep saying we're going to have to make an inventory list, but I don't see anybody becoming the natural owner of that or that assigned to anyone.
Well-
So I think it's critical that we identify that.
Yeah,
And there are
well, on the
serial
weed eaters,
numbers
on
on
the
this.
weed eaters, we looked, there's no serial numbers on them or
Yes.
nothing, they're wore off or.
Big stuff.
But you could
You can engrave something,
You could put something on
We
there.
could, we could number them 1 or 2 or 3 or something like that, or.
Or even
grade
photograph
number.
that stuff, that
Or
would
get a
still
cheap
be.
little engraver.
You can engrave it, the engravers are super cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything scientific.
yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, an engraver, we can grade number 4, or number 2, whatever we got. We could do that.
Perfect.
Great.
Who's
I
gonna,
volunteer
who's
my
gonna?
time to go down there and do the inventory if somebody else is willing to help. You get a list of one.
Thank you, Travis. I appreciate you standing up to do that.
At no cost either.
At no cost, but I think somebody from the board should be there to help document that.
Maybe down there.
I can help you travel whenever you off during the week. All right, I'll get a hold of you.
Thank you, Trav.
So we're gonna get our own engraver then, or pick one?
You can buy them. Cheap
Yeah,
ones.
get
You
'em,
put MT on it even.
yeah, and then, engrave the engraver, so it don't go away. Okay, so.
All right, yep, I have one more item before my 3 minutes are up. So has the present board member signed any credit card paperwork?
No.
Well, based off the last meeting we were at, and Cheryl shared that she talked to Northern Interstate Bank as well as the Federal Credit Union inquiring about a credit card. She was given some information stating she should wait till after the election. I want the minutes to reflect. I'd like the name of who she spoke to at both of those entities.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay.
So, we still ain't got no credit card though, but when she comes back, that'll be, I imagine that'll be right on her first thing to do. You know? Rita?
I'd like to know who, writes out the minutes of each board meeting.
I do.
Check.
Okay, because, in the minutes, you failed to say the whole thing about what I spoke about in there. You neglected to put in there regarding my saying about how you, told me to go, you came outside and said that you had spoke with Mark Kleiman. And in fact, that morning, I spoke with Mark Kleiman.
When I went out and talked to you, I didn't say I talked to Mark.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did, I was
Yes, you
standing right
did.
there.
There was
chatting.
several people that heard it. And
Yeah,
you neglected to not say, because I called Mark in the morning and he said he did not, in fact, hear from you.
But I was at the training when he said, at multiple trainings when he said, you can't have the same signatures on 2 candidates' sheets.
That's right, but you told me that, that you specifically said that you spoke with Mark Kleiman and you did not.
I don't remember it that way.
Well, that's why you would
But
not acknowledge it.
I'll change the minutes. I'll put it in there.
Yes.
There's a handful of you that no matter what I do with the minutes, you're not gonna be happy. I've got 3 meetings left and then you'll have somebody else to rag on about the
That's
minutes.
the only part we're scared of, because you wanna become the supervisor, and if you're gonna continue to lie about this stuff, what are you gonna lie about when you're a
Not
supervisor?
lie about anything.
That's why I'm happy that Bob Gergel is gonna run against you.
Well,
And hopefully the
that's
public
great.
can
This-
see exactly, I'm talking, this is my 3 minutes.
True.
And in fact, I hope Bob gets in and beats you, because the public really needs to know exactly what you are. Because if I don't see it in the minutes, I will be putting a full page in the Luff's Reporter, all about you.
Well,
So I'm just letting the people know exactly what they're getting if they get you.
well, you're not exactly, the poster child for.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying we're gonna get into anything, I'm just saying.
Inappropriate.
Hey,
I am not on the board, so you can't.
let's not argue,
That's why-
because it doesn't do no good to argue. Okay, so, anybody else got anything to say? Okay, I'll adjourn the meeting
No,
then.
just a second.
Oh, excuse me.
I do have something to say. Chad, you are the gatekeeper for the township to ensure that there are safe and appropriate elections held. You definitely let the township down with the partisan window. Number one, you never announced anything. Number two, you did not allow any hours, any time to accept petitions. You actually told people to submit their petitions to other individuals outside. Now, it could be the clerk or the deputy clerk, either one. But you indicated that people should present their petitions to Bart Peters.
Exactly.
Those petitions going to anyone other than the clerk or the deputy.
And they didn't go to that person.
Okay, you told them to do that, Chad, and that would completely negate any validity of those petitions. Well, that would have worked out fine for you, wouldn't it? I understand you don't want the competition.
You are evil.
So
You
you
are
could have
unbelievable.
very easily. You know, Chad, the bottom line is you have a job to do, and we're expecting you to do that job. And unfortunately, there's just too many things going on. Now, signing those petitions, having names, the same names on both of those petitions was not against the law because there are two trustee positions. That's something you didn't take into account. But Miss Rita is out running around at 10 o'clock at night, that night, still trying to get petitions signed. So Rita, thank you for your efforts.
Yes, thank you.
I've received several requests from the members of the wrestling club if they should be worried about losing the community club for their use. They advised me that Brent Iott had told them they needed to be sure that he was re-elected to the township board to enable them to continue to use the facility. My response to them has been, it's a township board's decision, not just one individual's. Now, go ahead, Mr. Iott, you're sitting there laughing
Hey.
about it.
I
find
ain't
it.
taking the bait. Thanks.
No bait, I'm just
I ain't
explaining.
taking your bait.
I put the notice on the wall in the post
Okay.
office along with others that Brent has bragged
3
about
minutes are up.
taking down, as well as throwing away any information that has put in there. Now, my question to this board is, why are you so concerned with the information getting out to the residents as to what is actually going on in the township? Why do you not want to share financial information? Cheryl had told Ray that she would present accounts receivable, because I have not seen one accounts receivable report in 2.5 years. Cheryl told Ray that she would present accounts receivable for July and August and every month upcoming. I am appalled, absolutely appalled at the action, the behavior of this board. You're letting us down.
Thank you. Anybody else got anything to say?
My question is, are these allowed to be posted at the post office?
They are not.
They're
No.
not in the post office, Chloe.
They were.
Go look,
They're-
They
Because she
were.
took, they were there, they are not allowed
they
to
were,
be
and
there.
so were the township minutes, and nothing's in there now. Nothing's in there.
And it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's fine if you guys want to campaign anywhere else but there or here. You can't do it. Call
Brent-
Mark Kleiman if you want to ask him about it.
Brent,
You
you're
can't do
the
it.
only one campaigning, and take my word for it.
I'm not campaigning. If they want the job, they can have it.
When
That's
you're-
fine.
When you're threatening the wrestling club,
I never even talked to anyone, so that's the.
Come on.
You know, that's why I called Mark Kleiman
No
because I
more.
wanna get the actual facts.
And that's fine if you call her.
Because I don't get
I
it here.
encourage
That's
people to-
what's
No,
sad.
Hey, no, I'm gonna talk to her, and that's fine if you call Mark, and I hope that people do.
Yes.
All I'm saying is you can't put it there and you can't put it here. It's very simple.
But
That's
it's
all I'm
sad that
saying.
you can't resort to your own clerk because you don't get the right information.
Okay,
Close
so,
it to adjourn.
Well, one question.
what, Travis?
So it's the approximate size of the pond?
What's
Like,
that?
what is the approximate size of the pond as far as acreage?
120,
That's what you figure the acreage is, Travis?
with all the weeds and shit, all the way back.
Second thing, is there somewhere we could maybe put like a public bulletin board, something that's enclosed for individuals like really that's gonna put stuff, can't put it in the post office, maybe there's somewhere we can designate to put this stuff in Hermansville for the public
As
to
long
pick
as
up?
it's not like this building or,
But is there somewhere in Hermansville and Meyer Township property that, if somebody wanted to volunteer their time to put up some sort of
that, I
water?
don't know if it can even be on Meyer Township. You'd have to ask Mark Kleiman, he would be the one that could tell you.
I don't know.
Could I ask you one more question, Mark?
Yeah,
$41,000. What's the potential? Is this something that we might eventually be able to loan out to other individuals to utilize? So that would help us recoup that
yeah.
cost. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, I adjourn the meeting.
We have a motion and a second.
Okay, great, no hammer here, but that's it. Meeting adjourned. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. No fist fighting
That's
outside.
what I thought when, if we did purchase it, if somebody has a small lake, like, you know, it would be perfect for something like that.
No, I think that's a good idea.
You know what I mean? It's not cheap, no, but. It might glow in the dark.
Brad, when you get that name of that chemical, you let me know, I want to put the NSDS sheet. I think we have that NSDS sheet available for the public to see. I can't believe
Let's say if you give them